Hey guys, it's Beth. Today I'll be using a plastic candy jar and candle holder from Dollar Tree, as well as a napkin from Hobby Lobby. I took Plaster chalk paint by Waverly and a sponge and applied that to the entire outside of the candy jar and lid and the candle holder. After everything was completely dry, I took this napkin from Hobby Lobby and cut one of the circles off and held it on the side of the candy jar on the flat part and just kind of made lines around the border where I needed to trim it. Just use some detailing scissors to cut that out. And then once I had that cut, I just placed that on the other circle and trace that out for the other side. And next I'm taking Mod Podge and applying that to the flat side of the candy jar, spreading that nice and even, and then adding down my napkin, which I did remove the extra layers on there, so it's just the one layer. Place that down and smooth it out with my hands the best I could, and then use saran wrap on top of that and smoothed out as many of the wrinkles as I could. And then I use my heating tool to dry that layer completely, just trying not to get the heat on one spot for too long so it doesn't melt the plastic. And while I'm doing that, I'm also going back over it with the saran wrap to smooth out the wrinkles and bubbles. And then I do the same thing to the other side. Once that underneath layer of Mod Podge is completely dry, I add an outer layer. Again, using my heating tool to dry that. And once the Mod Podge is just about dry, I go back in with the saran wrap to push out any bubbles or wrinkles. There is still a few, but it still looks really pretty. Next, once that's done, I take this Extreme Glitter, which is from Amazon. It just has a really nice subtle shine. So I just cover that on all of the white part of the candy jar. I don't do the napkin. I also put some on the lid as well as the candle holder. Once everything's dry, I take hot glue and add it to the top of the candle holder and place down the candy jar. That's it for this project. Thank you guys so much for watching.